I'm sorry to scare you guys. Did I scare you? Once again, I'm sorry, but this is supposed to be a scary episode, and it's Halloween after all. Boom! Cash Luja! What's up, people? Hola, JT here. Welcome to another episode. I am being really quiet because I'm standing right in front of the old Sofiówka Psychiatric Hospital here in Odwodsk, near Warsaw, and they say that it's one of the most haunted places in Poland, and I have to be honest, it looks pretty spooky. It opened up in the year 1907, and it held mentally ill Jewish patients, and the Nazis and Germans massacred more than 150 people here in the nearby woods. They turned it into a sanatorium that ran until the late 90s, but hey, it's the perfect scenario for the theme of this episode. As you can see, Halloween in Poland, is it cool? Is it entertaining? Or is it offensive? I don't know. I've heard both sides of the story. I will tell you a little bit more about it. But we have to go inside. Okay, let's go. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. This place is a little spooky. I don't know if I'm gonna be scared of some ghost or just some dresse living here wanting to beat my ass. You can see here in these walls, this is the typical tiles that they use in hospitals. Pretty lovely. Vitam. Thank you. We have to make it all the way up there. We have to see what is up there. Halloween and the concept of Halloween is mostly an Anglo-Saxon tradition, and it actually originated from the Celtic tribes. In Poland, because of globalization and because of how the world has opened up, it's more and more prevalent. Some people even view it as a controversial topic because, you see, Poland is a very Catholic country. And, of course, people that are quite religious, they feel that you should respect those that passed and you should not mock it. You know, they feel that Halloween is mocking death and is mocking the whole process of grieving. I think it's time to go inside. Poles are actually Slavs, and if you know, Slavs are directly linked to paganism, and of course paganism has a lot of ancient traditions. So if Poles don't celebrate Halloween, but you know, they have their own traditions. What are those? And there's something called Jade. I did not know about it, but I read something, and I gotta say, it's even spookier than anything Halloween. So Jade is kind of like the Polish answer to Halloween. But contrary to Halloween, it has literally no popularity in modern times. Jade is a term in Slavic folklore for the spirits of the ancestors and a collection of pre-Christian rites and rituals and customs that were dedicated to them. The essence of these rituals were the communion of the living with the dead. And the aim of the ritual activities was to win the favor of the deceased, who were considered to be the caretakers of the sphere of fertility. The traces of Jade can be found in Polish literature. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. That is dark. This is all pretty dark in here. There's no lights. The traces of Jade can be found in Polish literature when one of Poland's greatest poets, Adam Mickiewicz, described an ancient feast for the dead taking place in a secluded chapel on a cemetery. There's traces of the old floor. This old piece of paper says, I don't even know what it is. It says there, the kids having fun. This for sure is some of the old floors that were here before. This is the tree that we saw that fell. super interesting place for sure. One of the most interesting places that I've visited for this YouTube channel. Jade is considered one of the greatest works for both Polish and European Romanticism. Jade is an ancient Slavic and Lithuanian feast commemorating the dead or the forefathers. That's where the word Jade comes from. That's what it means, the forefathers. The drama has 4 parts, the first of which was never finished. You know, I am going to make an episode, and I'm going to have my wife included because she is a writer and she knows a lot about this. And we're going to talk specifically about Adam Mickiewicz or about Polish literature. And I really invite you to wait for that episode because it's going to be really, really cool. But if you think that Halloween is spooky or can be spooky, listen to this. The basic ritual of a Jade, which of course was the feeding and the watering of souls, was preparing food, sometimes in houses, but oftentimes in cemeteries, on top of the graves. And the people that would prepare this feast would eat them, but also shared by dropping some of them on the floor, on the grave, for, of course, the soul of the deceased. If that is not spooky as heck, I don't know what is. Look at these walls. This is the bathroom. This is some old tiles, probably not from the times of the actual psychiatric hospital. Maybe this was just, of course, retiled for the sanatorium, but still holds quite a creepy vibe. Spooky. The remnants of these customs are candles that are lit on top of graves. People go to the cemetery and they lit the candles and put it on top of the graves of their loved ones. It's a huge part of Poland's All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day. I think I have to talk to you about Saduszki and Dzień Wszystkich Świętych. Dzień Wszystkich Świętych, or All Saints' Day. It's a public holiday in Poland where families get together to celebrate the departed and to commemorate their death. The celebrations begin with going to family graves and the surrounding graveyards, lighting candles and leaving flowers on top of the graves. It's celebrated on the 1st of November here in Poland, which is, of course, a public holiday. And the subsequent day, the 2nd of November, is actually All Souls' Day, which is not a public holiday, but is still equally as important for Poles. Saduszki originates from the name Dzień Saduszny, and it can be translated to English kind of like a day of prayers for the souls. On this day, people also visit the cemeteries and light the candles. Here in Poland, because of religiosity, people tend to respect a lot those that left us. And precisely, this is where it leads to a little bit of back and forth, whether Halloween is something that should be acquired also, or not acquired because it's not part of Polish culture and history, but if it should be allowed, if it should be taught to children in schools, because precisely with learning of new languages like English and learning of more Anglo-Saxon cultural customs, of course, kids learn about Halloween and they want to take part in it because they hear that there's candy and they hear that they can dress up and be funny and do things that all children love to do. But some of the older generation don't really like that. They think that this is kind of part of the consumerism. The stores are trying to sell you things. They just want to get your money. They're not interested in celebrating nothing. What is your opinion? Please let us know in the comment below. What do you think about Halloween in Poland? Do you think it's something that it's okay? Or do you think it's something that should be, I don't know, I don't want to say prohibited. I don't believe in prohibition, but it should be maybe not acquired. I don't know. What's your take? Now I'm going to fast forward this video and we're going to experience a little bit of Dzień Wszystkich Świętych and Serduszki.